Today's plan, or at least the first plan, is I want to go over Oak and the Nemeton again. I had a build a while ago that I don't seem to have anymore. The played a top end of entirely one-offs, and I was talking to someone about this earlier. And I kind of want to revisit the idea. I think it's pretty neat. Like, Nemeton is generally very difficult to pull off, but there's a lot of. There turns out to be a ton of cards that make tokens, including some I missed the first time round, like the Sentinels. I don't think I was playing any Sentinels, or even like build units in my first go. Excuse me. So I'm quite interested in seeing how that plays out nowadays, and whether we can make any improvements to the list. The basic idea, so for those unfamiliar, Oak in the Nemeton is the Vanar trial unit. Let's get one of those in here. Oh, can't see it. So when you have 5 different tokens in play, it activates, and then it gives you a permanent Winter's Wake. Basically, it makes them all massive. So if you play this, and unlike most trial decks, it's very much an if rather than a when. It's very hard to lose because you'll have gigantic illusions or walls or whatever. They have to be in play at the same time? Yes. This isn't like Hate Furnace or whatever where you just have to cast them. You actually have to get them in play, which makes it much more interesting to pilot than most of the trial decks, where you just have to kind of do stuff, and then either you get it all done before your opponent kills you and you play the trial and you win, or you don't. And this one is much more board focused. So excuse me. The strength of having a lot of different cards in is that it makes the deck kind of more consistent rather than less. If you manage to trigger this, your deck is probably, or your draw is much better than it would be even if you had like multiple copies of a really good card. Like, you're more likely to draw Jack's True Sight if you play more copies of him. But if you're more likely to hit Oak and the Nemeton instead, that's more powerful. That's actually better than playing Jax. And obviously, if you get the God draw and you play Jax with Oak and the Nemeton, it's absurd. But, you know, basically anything will kill your opponent when you have Oak active. You don't need much. Like, Circulus is a gigantic threat when it's making 6/5s and 7/6s because of Kara's BBS. I've kind of insta-locked Kara. Quite a few people play this with Disciple of Yggdra, but I'm not sure I like that build very much because Elena is kind of bad. Kara is much more powerful with a lot of the random token makers you play, anything from like Jax to Wintertide to Cheap Walls, and she's really good with Embla, which makes an alternate win condition. So which tokens are actually good? We want some number of aspects. They provide removal, and we can also cast them on our own tokens. Gravity Well we definitely want. Well obviously provides a token. It's quite easy to have one of them stick around for a couple of turns. They're good aspect targets, so you can both attack with the resulting minions to kill cheap things and increase your token count in play. Circulus is probably good. It's card draw and makes tokens, and you can kind of hang on to an illusion and just drop it to increase your count. So Circulus is quite likely. Let's go with that for now. Get some Circuluses. We get a couple of these and a couple of these. Diversifying is good. Thicket Augur probably isn't worth it. Sentinels are good. Which Sentinel do we want? This one triggers very easily. This one is the hardest to trigger and also quite powerful. This one is the hardest to kill. And the one I think people expect Dowager nowadays, so we probably want to play the Basilisk because they'll try and remove it. And the other option is to play one of each or some other split and keep people guessing. Fenrir Warmaster is okay. Myriad was okay before, it underperformed a bit. These are better, I imagine. Snow Rippler, no. Probably not. Endless Hunt might be a good one of. This could be a good one of. Here we come to the one-offs. Like, one of this is good. This makes Winter Myriads as well, so I guess Wintertide's better. That's interesting. Charge is good. Might want 2 of these because the card's really powerful. No. Maybe? Probably not. This makes Night Howlers anyway. Maybe. Definitely want some Emblers. She's our kind of win condition, but it depends how much ramp we're playing. Insert controversial greeting formula. Formula for a controversial greeting. Yeah. Isn't that like an oxymoron? Jaxie's pretty good. Rescue RX is a bit slow to heal and unreliable as a token producer. That works. Just squaring it up. Duelyst might be good actually. Mantella's okay. Illusionist is fine. Fine. Grimes? No. Oh, Tigris, that's quite good. Pandora's fine. I swear there were more of these last time I played this deck. Kron is good. I mean, we could just put in one of everything and see how that works out. Let's definitely play some Sentinels. I say 2 of each of these, because the Sentinels are fine, they help us curve out. Maybe a third Circulus, because it does draw us cards. We want... Started building the Kenrith Twins and Yuriko. Currently looking for a Japanese foil. Isao Enlightened Bushi. Wow, that's some good obscure magic knowledge right there. The Tactical Gamer is now hosting you. Thank you so much, Pedro. I appreciate it. That's really kind of you. If anyone's watching from Pedro's stream, welcome. Thanks for joining. Didn't see you were streaming, bud. My bad. Switched over my host. Oh, thank you. That's alright. I need to look up what Isao Enlightened Bushi actually is. From Betrayers of Kamigawa, I guess that much. Bushido 2, regenerate target samurai. Oh yeah, that's some good Kamigawa rules text right there. Check out this bad boy. It's got a skeleton on the outside. What a badass. That's a cool card. That's funny. Oh, he can regenerate himself as well. So it's basically an unblockable 2-1. Seems good. That's a neat card. As an aside, speaking of the Kenrith Twins, I found one of my friends has the playmat of the art. Oh my god, that art is gorgeous. Like, absolutely gorgeous. And they're not... oh wait, I'm thinking of the wrong card. I'm thinking of... Kaneos and Tiro. Kenrith Twins are the Planeswalkers. Yes. I was like, wait, they're not twins, they're lovers. And then remembered. Already own a Japanese foil, Toshiro Umezawa. Yes. That's the black one, right? That's well good. Hey, Yoshi Games, thanks for joining. That's some good swag. I feel like I'm already... Okay, let's get some Emblers in here. Not that many Emblers, just 2 is enough. We're going to get some ramp and draw in here in a minute. I quite like the idea of playing Duelyst, actually. Let's just get a bunch of them in. Firestarter's kind of funny. Maybe? Probably not. Definitely. Sure. No. Playing only one of each of Kron and Tigris seems bad, actually. Because they could be... We can just curve into them. We can go... Crystal Wisp. Malicious Wisp. Is that too many... No, this is fine. We play a bunch of Wisps. And then we play, like, Duelyst and Kron and Tigris. We just play mid-range Nemeton. So 2 Kron, 2 Tigris. 2 charge, 1 Draugr, 1 Jax, 1 Pandora. Actually, Draugr's a terrible enabler, isn't it? Because it doesn't actually die. I swear I had, like, more different token makers when I played this before. Maybe if I'm playing all the ramp cards, I can afford a 3rd Embler. Or another Pandora. It just basically turns back into my ramp Kara deck at that point, but that's okay. Am I missing some walls that are any good? Maybe I should play some of the other walls. Maybe I should play Myriad. Blazing Spines is a terrible card. There's a problem with that. Bone Chill Barrier is similar. Shimzar is a bit bad. Is like Mantella any good? It cycles and you can play the pet. Maybe I just want this. How's my curve? I have enough cheap stuff. Let's play Aspect of the Mountains. That's good removal. Well, it's okay removal. Maybe this as well? Do I play Ether Master? It'll help me find more variety of tokens, and it combos with Kron. If I can get 2 tokens out of a Kron, that's pretty good. Maybe I just want more Wintertide. This is surprisingly difficult. I swear last time I had more cards that did different things. That makes Blazing Spines. Let's put that in. That's a really good mid-range card as well. So there's a kind of lack of healing in this deck, but let's try this as a first pass and cross that particular bridge when we come to it.